This has to be one of the most historic and insane weeks of NBA basketball that we've ever seen. One of my last videos was me literally talking about how bad All-Star Weekend was, but these past couple days of basketball have made up for that completely. Starting off with arguably the game of the year, with the Sacramento Kings going up against the LA Clippers, with the Kings on a back-to-back and the Clippers playing their first game since the All-Star break. So with it being their first back-to-back after All-Star Weekend, I really didn't expect them to play good, but I was wrong. I was wrong because after the first quarter, the score was 40-40, which I don't think I've ever seen before. I don't know if that's actually like an NBA record or anything, but I've never seen that before. Another keynote was this was Russell Westbrook's first game as a Clipper, and to be honest, I think he played pretty good. A lot of people were hating on his performance, but I know he threw up like a 17-point game and, you know, some rebounds and assists, which, by the way, I think the people that were really hating on Westbrook were all just Lakers fans coping because they know he's going to be good on a different team. But someone who I did not expect to have an insane game was Malik Monk. He just had one of those random games where he plays like his life is on the line and would not miss a single shot. He looked unstoppable, and when you pair that next to De'Aaron Fox, the game's over. The game is over. With the duo combining to score 87 points, that is just insane. I'm not gonna lie, it gives me vibes back when they were in Kentucky together playing college basketball. I absolutely love that the Kings picked up Malik Monk. It's one of my favorite acquisitions they've made. It's just, it's so beautiful to see. Now, sadly, a lot of people were robbed of watching one of the best games of all time because the NBA decided we're not going to put the Kings vs. Clippers on national television. Instead, we're going to put the Oklahoma City Thunder, without SGA, by the way, against the Phoenix Suns, who also don't have Kevin Durant. That game also ended up being a complete snooze fest, so no one really cared. But Kings fans, there is some good news out there. After the NBA saw how much money they lost airing the Thunder vs. Suns game, they decided, let's go ahead and give the Kings a nationally televised game. So the Kings vs. Knicks will be playing on TNT, so that's really exciting. I'm actually really excited to see that. And although the Clippers have lost both games with Russell Westbrook on the team, I don't think that that's a big deal. I think there's nothing to overreact about. They're still going to be a solid team. I am going to say, though, I cannot believe that Kawhi Leonard actually played after a double overtime game with the second highest scoring total in history. Like, how did he go through and play another game after this? That's insane. The next day brought us another great game with the 76ers going up against the Celtics, which, to be honest, this might be like an Eastern Conference final matchup or just a deep playoff matchup. And I will say right now, it seemed to be like playoff atmosphere in that arena. Jason Tatum put up a solid triple-double with Jaylen Brown scoring around 24 points. Overall, another solid day of business for the Celtics. James Harden had a solid game as well with 21 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. But this game was about Joel Embiid. This entire game was about Joel Embiid, with him scoring 41 points, 5 assists, and 12 rebounds. An insane game. And for a guy that's in the MVP race, I'm not surprised he had a crazy game. With the game being really close up until about 5 seconds left in the game when Jason Tatum hits this insane three to put them up. And just when you think it's over, Joel Embiid hucks up this insane ass shot and hits it. Like, this went in. This insane shot went in. Now, Joel Embiid seemed to know that this wasn't going to count because his ass went right to the locker room right after he shot it. But either way, if this shot went in, it would have been one of the craziest baskets we've ever seen. Like, imagine that shot sent them into overtime and the Sixers won that. Like, that would be insane. I'm really hoping to see these two teams match up in the playoffs. I think it would be an absolute blast to watch. Just when you think that all of the good NBA games are over, yesterday comes around and we have some historic games. The Lakers versus Mavericks, which is really fun to see because you have LeBron James and Kyrie Irving matching up. That's always a great matchup to see. With the Lakers deciding to come back from a 27-point deficit, which, by the way, that makes them the first team this year to come back from a deficit that big. The Hawks versus Nets game was pretty good. You get to see a nice little Trae Young game-winning shot. That's always fun to see. And then, ladies and gentlemen, another historic night happened. Damian Lillard scored 71 points, making him the second player this year to score more than 70 points, with him and Donovan Mitchell actually both tying for 71. I know Damian Lillard wanted to break Klay Thompson's three-point record, but he just couldn't get it done. But either way, this is a historic night. Just insane to see. It was so much fun to watch. I'm just more upset that they took Lillard out of the game before he could break Donovan Mitchell's record, because now we just have two players that scored 71 in the season, right? I wanted someone to be the winner, but hey, I'm not going to be upset with the tie. That was an insane game to watch. I really don't have much to say about it because it was just so historic, and you just kind of have to watch it to be able to see how that happened. So yeah, with that being said, I had another video planned, but I'm gonna have to push it back because there's been so many insane NBA games. I just had to go over and talk about them. So if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out the other video up on the screen, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Later.